Alright then. Gonna play some CPU Defend. Check how my base is holding up. I already breezed through my first 3 days of obligations towards the big red one. And now we just want to chill out and get you up to speed on the artificial intelligence and warfare story. I was only halfway through that article. In the meantime, I set my veterans back to a defensive posture. I had a bit of dinner. Now I just want to chill. Let's have a look. Right, I need to switch out a couple of perks. Who has you? Fast reload. You. Fast reload. You. Fast reload. Okay, let's take it for a spin. Do a couple of these, you know. Zero hedge. Let's check my history. I'm so lazy. Just check my history for the article. The future of war. Artificial intelligence and the future of war. Where's my colonel? There he is. Wave 2, please. Thank you. Big choice. Here we go. Stay alive, guys. Stay alive. Take him down. Wait. Come on, guys, get me to wave 5. Yes. Excellent. Good job. Well done. Where's my next wave? Just wait for them to come into contact. I need to take out these snipers. Excellent. Wave 6. Wait. What's the biggest threat? Oh, that's a lot of threat. Alright, wave 7 is coming straight after. Oh boy. So I have Rocketeers coming out within 2 minutes. That is excellent. If you snooze, you lose. Crap. That's not a good... No, that's not a good look right there. Thank you, Mr. Medic. Five rocket guys. This is amazing. They'll never catch me alive. Let's see if I can get to wave 10 before they even touch my base. Sniper tower, do something. Alright, go get him, boys. Stay alive there. Excellent. Get him. They mustn't touch my base. Hey, welcome to the show. Drop a comment. Get a shout out. Let's play some guns up. Let's go to the channel. Wave 10. They didn't touch my base yet. That was a fart cushion. Okay, I was talking about the effect of artificial intelligence on warfare. Killer robots. Oh, they took out my colonel. I'm not happy there. Welcome to the show. Drop a comment. You're gonna get a shout out. It took him to wave 10 to even touch my base. Let's see how this works out. I should have a silver colonel. I don't have that yet. That bunker got taken out way too quickly. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I got a good range. Is this a threat? No. Excellent. So, I think I can go through the article again really quickly. There could be no more consequential decision than launching atomic weapons and possibly triggering a nuclear holocaust. With artificial intelligence, or AI, soon to play an ever-increasing role in military affairs, as in virtually everything else in our lives, the role of humans, even in nuclear decision-making, is likely to be progressively diminished. So, looking towards the future, great powers see a highly contested battlefield. Some have even called it a hyper-war environment, where vast swarms of AI-guided robotic weapons will fight each other at speeds far exceeding the ability of human commanders to follow the course of battle. Such an outcome can only grow more likely as the US military completes a top-to-bottom realignment intended to transform it from a small war organization back into one focusing on peer-against-peer combat with Russia and or China. This shift was mandated by the Department of Defense. Rather than focusing on weaponry and tactics aimed at combating poorly armed insurgents in never-ending small-scale conflicts, the American military is now redesigned to fight increasingly well-equipped forces in multi-dimensional war: air, sea, land, space and cyberspace. Let's pick up these guys. Next. Wave 13, no problem. The minimization of human decision making will have profound implications for the future of combat. So why artificial intelligence? Even 5 years ago there were few in the military establishment who gave much thought to the role of AI or robotics when it came to major combat operations. And now these systems are expected to populate much of any battle space, regarding replacing humans in many or even most combat functions. Department of Defense quotes, "We cannot expect success in fighting tomorrow's conflicts with yesterday's thinking, weapons or equipment." So why the sudden emphasis on artificial intelligence and robotics? There's been astonishing progress made by the tech community in enhancing AI and applying it to a multitude of functions, including image identification, voice recognition. AI is an omni-use technology. It has the potential to be integrated into virtually anything, and it's dual use. So if you make, hey, welcome to the show, drop a comment. That means with regards to artificial intelligence, if you make a civilian application, the military can use it. And if you make a military application, the civilians can use it. A good example for that is the Cold War. Without the Cold War, there would be no GPS or internet. So AI is an omni-use technology. In such an environment, speed in decision-making, deployment and engagement will undoubtedly prove a critical asset, giving future super-smart precision-guided weaponry. Whoever fires first will have a better chance of success. It's not surprising, in past arms races, there's now an arms race in the artificial intelligence sphere, with the US, China, Russia and other nations, including Britain, Israel and South Korea, seeking to gain a critical advantage in the weaponization of artificial intelligence and robotics. So regarding command and control, in this arms race unfolds, AI will be applied to every aspect of warfare, from logistics to surveillance to target identification and battle management. So we invented self-driving cars. Pretty soon we will have self-driving tanks. I'm still not really well. I've been having a cold for 2 weeks. It's crazy. So these fully autonomous weapons, sometimes called killer robots, with the capacity to make life and death decisions on their own. Advocates of this new technology claim that machines will indeed become smart enough to sort out such distinctions for themselves, while opponents insist that they will never prove capable of making a critical distinction of that sort in the heat of battle, and would be unable to show compassion when appropriate. Yeah, this is all about killer robots. And what if you design a really smart killer robot, or a really smart artificial intelligence, and you tell it to get rid of spam? And then that intelligence decides, well, if we get rid of the humans, we will get rid of the spam. Pentagon's officials deny that any of this is the intent of their research, blah blah blah. The assumption in most of these scenarios is that the US and its allies will be engaged in a conventional war with China and or Russia. Keep in mind then that the very nature of such a future AI-driven hyperwar will only increase the risk that conventional conflict should cross a threshold that's never been crossed before, an actual nuclear war between two nuclear states. And should that happen, those artificial intelligence empowered systems could sooner or later find themselves in a position to launch weapons. Because if you only have 10 minutes to decide, you're gonna let an artificial intelligence figure if it's a false alarm or no. The question arises, will machines make better decisions than humans in such a situation? They certainly are capable of processing vast amounts of information over brief periods of time and weighing the pros and cons of alternative actions in a thoroughly unemotional manner. But machines also make military mistakes, and above all, they lack the ability to reflect on a situation and conclude, stop this madness. No battle advantage is worth human annihilation. Another quote, humans are not perfect, but they can empathize with their opponents and see the bigger picture. Unlike humans, autonomous weapons would have no ability to understand the consequence of their actions. No ability to step back from the brink of war. So maybe we should think twice about giving some future militarized version of Alexa or Google the power to launch a machine-made Armageddon. Great article. It fit all of my categories for impending war and tech. For reference, go watch any of the Terminator movies or watch the movie called War Games. Both of which are excellent movies. I've watched them multiple times. If you have Netflix, check out Black Mirror. If you have the stomach for it. Can be kind of, you know. So, Michael Zah, welcome to the show. Hey, Creek. No, Jack, what's your favorite Pro controller? I just use a DualShock. So, a little bird told me that Valkyrie Entertainment, the guys that made this game, will no longer be allowed to make software for Sony. The best we can hope for is that some other house like Activision or Electronic Arts will pick up the license from Sony, or Sony makes it themselves. If there ever is going to be a Guns Up 2, it will have to be made from the ground up. There's an update? Okay. All that I figured out is just one guy working on Guns Up, and he's too busy trying to fix all the blue screen errors. I will pursue this a bit further so I can give you a good idea about the future of Guns Up. Doesn't look very bright right now. If I was Sony, then I would take it away from that company. They did a really great job of making a very interesting game, but they rushed it. Guns Up should have been delayed at least 6 months. If they were able to kink out all the errors, then this would have been a keeper. My best guess is it'll either be picked up by another licensee, or some other house, some other company will make a similar game and give it a different name. What does this mean? Probably less and less updates. The game will become end of life and it will no longer be supported. And then slowly they will take away the server capacity. I don't think this game will be playable in 2 years from now. So any news about that update? I have noticed that the game code is a lot more stable. than it was a year ago. So not too many blue screens anymore. If you want to have no blue screens, restart the game every hour. Wave 19, 2.5 minutes to go. I have volunteer perks on these guys and rapid deployment. So yeah, they never even got close to my base. I'm already 300 points into the Alliance season, and that's just on day 1. I will meet my target easily this way. Go, go, go! Get him! Wow. My rockadiles, get it? Not crocodiles, but rockadiles are awesome. Rockadiles. What was that? How silly was that? I had a great time with the Street Fighter trial. The trial has ended. I'm seriously considering buying that game. Gives me a lot of nostalgia. I'm gonna keep this one brief again. 80 seconds. I'm literally dying to go finish Grand Theft Auto. But I wish this cold would stop. Ugh. 1 minute. Yeah, man. My base is very OP. I've been playing for 3 years. I never got the Bombardier. Decided to go this route. And I went from 25% victories to about 80%. They're not even going to get close to the base anymore. I'm going to call it. The base will hold. I'm going to go to GTA, get another touring bus. Come on, Colonel. There you have it. Almost 800k for almost nothing. Okay, guys, as always, I appreciate the viewership. I'm going to keep it really short right now. Really cold. I'm as cold as it gets. Cheers, man.